Every woman deserves to have the safety and security they need. That means we have to guarantee that our institutions respond to the continuing scourge of sexual assault, stated former United States Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. The stat that 1 in 5 college women will experience sexual assault is perhaps the most repeated note about sexual assault on campuses. However, this issue did not start gaining attention because of some data set. The reason this issue has gotten so much spotlight, rather, is because students started speaking out and criticizing how the universities handle their sexual assault cases. In this speech, I will demonstrate that sexual assault is a recurring issue among school campuses. Second, I will present recent actions towards this issue that have not been helpful for the victim. And by the end of this speech, I want you, my audience, to agree that our education systems need better measures for institutions to undergo against sexual assault. Today, student activists and the federal government have started raising awareness at a problem that's been long time, sexual abuse in school campuses. Agreeing to stat, a campus that has 1,000 women will have 35 of them raped. A campus that has 10,000 women will have 350 women raped. This number might not seem significant, but if the percentage is projected in a 5-year college course, 1 in 5 women will experience sexual assault, as I repeated earlier. Title IX is a federal law that includes a decided procedure for handling complaints of sexual discrimination, sexual harassment, and sexual assault. However, the reason why one might see sexual assault as a recurring issue is because it's not rightfully reported at times. The victims believe because no weapon was used, and because no physical injury is seen, and because of alcohol involvement, they can't report it. And failure to recognize this result in underestimating the extent of this problem. In John Quaker's Missoula, a narrative series about sexual assault, he presents Kelsey Belknap's story. She was gang raped after partying and drinking, and she was fading in and out of consciousness. And the next thing I know, she sadly states, I'm in a bedroom, going in and out, and I don't remember bits and pieces until I had him in my face. She told the attacker no, tried to push him away, but he grabbed her jaw, and 3 other football players joined. When she tried to report it, all they stated was, there's nothing we can do about it, and just don't speak of it. Heartbreaking and disgusting is failure that leads to no acknowledgement, and the victim having to live with the crime, and the assaulter just getting away with it. Furthermore, this previews my next main point. Recent actions in regards to this issue have not been helpful for the victims. Students found responsible face little or no punishment, according to the Center of Public Integrity. Assaulters can rest assured that there's a good chance of not being kicked out of school or punished. And they should thank the Association for Student Conduct Administration, who tell universities not to be too harsh in handling campus rape. Not even 1/3 of college students found guilty are kicked out of school, according to a new Huffington Post analysis. Students found responsible, out of all of them, only 30% of them will be expelled, and 47% of them will be suspended, but they'll be able to come back. 4 cases at the University of Kansas, Michigan State University, and the University of Toledo. Students were found responsible of sexual assault, but they just received probation and education actions. Maybe you should transfer to another university if you don't feel safe here. How would you feel if you were the victim? Another incident at James Madison University. Students were found guilty of sexual assault, and it was actually caught on video. But all they received was expulsion after graduation. So they're not allowed to come back on campus after graduating. Imagine walking by your assaulter every day. This brings me to my final main point. Our education systems need better measures for our institutions and administrators to undergo against sexual assault. And here are some solutions. Legislation reintroduced to Senate a Campus Accountability and Safety Act, abbreviated to CASA. This legislation will direct service to show accurate picture of sexual assault on campuses, and it will help guide victims and the accused. Under this act, for the first time, colleges will have to report the number of disciplinary proceedings, students found responsible, and what sanctions were imposed. This is information that colleges keep private, and for the first time, it will be made public, which could probably lead to better policies. One of the senators to first unveil this act, Kristen Gillibrand, Senator of New York, argues that colleges are quickly to expel somebody who cheats on a test, but they won't do the same for somebody that commits a rape. This bill will also include new campus resources for student survivors and support services, and it will ensure universities meet minimum training standards to address sexual assault cases. And it will set a uniform disciplinary process across campus. In addition, New York Governor Cuomo has launched Enough is Enough, a campaign to combat sexual assault in college and university on campuses. Cuomo is pushing legislation which will require colleges to adopt uniform sexual assault policies, which will require clear consent between the two people. And he is encouraging students to call the police if this crime is made. He argues that if one gets shot on campus, one will call the police. When a woman is raped, he says, why does the college have the right to say it's not a criminal offense? By college and university administrators and students being knowledgeable, accepting, and carrying out these acts, it will provide a stepping stone to prevent and to help the victims of sexual assault. To conclude, sexual assault is a recurring issue in college campuses, but it is time for colleges and administrators to prevent it and enforce actions against it. So, do not be ashamed to report it, do not be ashamed to fight for it, and do not be frightful of enacting shame against your assaulter. There is nothing more shameful than the actions they impose on you. Enough is enough. Thank you.
Okay, Natasha, why don't you come back out here a second? Good, so how do you feel about your speech? Okay? Okay. You got a lot of information there. I was wondering, of all the examples or testimony that you found, what do you think was the most telling? What was the information that you found that held the argument the best?
I think the John Quaker's Missoula, his narrative, represented a lot of testimony.
You want to explain that again?
So this guy, he actually investigated University of Michigan, University of Kansas, and University of Toledo, and he found that they haven't been responding to sexual assault cases in a fair way to the victims. And then I picked one of the stories, this was Kelsey's story, where she was gang raped. And then when she tried to speak when she tried to report it, all they said was, there's nothing we can do about it, just don't speak of it. So I think that was an important one.
Right, that's the one we saw, the visual.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What do you think the difference is between us talking right now and your speech? What is it? How does it feel different, just feeling-wise? You just did the speech. You know what that felt like.
Yeah.
Now we're talking, and you're talking to me. More comfortable.
Yeah.
What else? How else would you describe it? What else is different between what's happening now and what you did? All right. Well, that's not a feeling, but we certainly have eye contact. Comfortable.
Yeah.
Right. Anything else? How about the audience? What's the feeling in the audience between what she did before and just us talking? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She was more it's we're getting to see what she feels about it, and not technicality. It's not more of this information I got. It's what I.
Yeah, but she just did tell us information that she got.
She's interpreting it
from herself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it feels more a little bit more informative in a way for me, and
I find it also more persuasive.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But but you look really nice. Let me start off with that.
Thank you.
You look really nice. I like the visuals that you gave me. The only thing was, I don't know. I don't feel like being persuaded. Maybe because I'm on the same side or same position as you in this case.
Target audience.
Yeah, so I guess I'm not the target audience, but you did really good. But I felt like you were kind of looking at your note card a lot. Yeah, I just wanted you to kind of express yourself to me, be like, Dad, but I feel like you're just kind of reading
Okay, I'm going to turn.